The famous Cobra Kai's lead actor, Ralph Macchio, reflects on the shows he could have landed on but was passed over. Despite his popularity, he missed out on being an actor in shows like Friends and ER in the 1990s. Let's find out his story of how Cobra Kai's Ralph Macchio was passed over for both Friends and ER. Plus, Cobra Kai star Ralph Macchio didn't hold back about real-life feud with William Zabka. Firstly, why is Ralph Macchio so popular? Ralph Macchio, a young Long Island actor with a fresh face, couldn't have imagined what a phenomenon the Karate Kid would become when he went to audition for the starring part in 1983. John G. Avildsen's hit has spawned 3 sequels, an animated series, a remake, a projected Broadway musical adaptation, and, possibly most impressively, a revived TV series starring the majority of the original cast in the nearly 40 years since its release. But in 1984, there was only one film, and the Karate Kid seemed bound for greatness based on the enthusiastic reception the real-life Daniel LaRusso received following the film's initial preview screening. In his most recent book, Waxing On, the 1980s icon learns to accept the part that helped Cobra Kai revive him. Ralph Macchio's role as Daniel LaRusso in The Karate Kid catapulted him to enduring fame. People have told him where they were when the 1984 blockbuster film came out, or how its underdog story influenced them for decades. But there was a drawback to such universal fame. He attempted to put the character behind him and advance his acting career, but he just couldn't. The free-spirited but fragile 22-year-old, whose character in the movie discovered the value of balance in both life and martial arts, he added, sometimes felt even suffocated by it. In a memoir titled Waxing On, The Karate Kid and Me, he discusses how the making of the film affected his life and how it still does today, nearly 4 decades later, which is surprising. Up next, how successful is Cobra Kai? Ralph Macchio of Cobra Kai remembers the 1990s and how he missed Friends and ER. However, as one of the primary characters of the hugely successful Cobra Kai, the actor has enjoyed an undeniable career rebirth unconventionally. The Netflix revival of Karate Kid stands out in a time when many popular franchises are constantly being rebooted because it has the support of both fans and critics. The show has been nominated for an Emmy in the category of Outstanding Comedy Series, and viewers are constantly interested in fresh developments about the characters and the setting. Even before the Netflix spin-off, Macchio embraced the Karate Kid legacy by making cameos in films and TV shows that winked at his iconic performance as Daniel LaRusso. The most noteworthy instance was when Macchio played Daniel again in a highly ironic guest appearance on How I Met Your Mother. However, as Johnny Lawrence's co-lead in Cobra Kai alongside William Zabka, Macchio has demonstrated that it is possible to revive a franchise while maintaining its sense of vitality and value. He acknowledges that his career may have developed very differently though. So, why was Ralph Macchio passed over for both Friends and ER? Despite his popularity, the show didn't choose to cast Ralph Macchio as a character in both of these shows. Now, as astonishing as it may sound, but it is the truth revealed by him. Of course, any diehard fan would ask why. So hold on guys, because we have answers to all your questions. The actor reflected on various roles he may have had in a wide-ranging interview with The Guardian for his new memoir, Waxing On. In 1994, the same year ER and Friends made their NBC debuts, Macchio revealed that he had a contract to appear in television programs for the network and had shot several episodes of a program that was never shown. Let's check out what Macchio said. I was on an overall deal with the studio that was casting both Friends and ER, and somehow I wasn't put in either of them. But do you want to know the truth about it? From where I'm sitting now, it was the best thing. The right people get the right parts. It's definitely true, and we can't agree more that Ralph Macchio was meant to be for Cobra Kai. Next, who else couldn't make it to Friends? We all know about Ralph Macchio, who couldn't stay in the show, but he wasn't alone as many other stars didn't make it to the show. So, who were they? John Cryer gave a Chandler audition before becoming well known for his role in 2.5 Men. Hank Azaria and Vince Vaughn both auditioned for the role of Joey, but Azaria would ultimately land the recurring part of David later in the show's run. While Will and Grace's Eric McCormick targeted Ross, and Kristen Davis tried out for Monica, Kathy Griffin chose Phoebe. These actors would later become well known for other notable films and television programs, supporting Macchio's assertion that the right actors eventually land the right roles. The actor reflected on the various roles he may have had in a wide-ranging interview with The Guardian for his new memoir, Waxing On. It's difficult to believe that Cobra Kai would have been possible if Macchio had been chosen to play one of Friends' 6 central characters, or even if he had an extended run on ER. For better or worse, performers frequently become associated with particular roles, and it can be challenging to escape from that attachment. But happily, as Macchio asserts, everything turned out as it was intended, particularly given that Cobra Kai is still a smash for both the Daniel actor and Netflix. Furthermore, what does the friendship between William Zabka and Ralph Macchio look like off off camera. This might seem odd to the fans as the stars who played roles together couldn't really get along. Is it so? It is a hot topic to discuss, but it is the reality. The smoldering on-screen conflict between William Zabka and Ralph Macchio, co-stars of Cobra Kai, not entirely out of touch with reality. Ralph conducted an exclusive interview with The Guardian on October 16th to discuss his most recent book, Waxing On: The Karate Kid and Me. He made all of his secrets public in his autobiography, from his remorse about Elizabeth Shue's plotline to a nearly casting in Friends. But when Ralph acknowledged that he never got along with his then and now co-star William Zabka, fans all over erupted in hysterics. In the first Karate Kid movie, released in 1984, Ralph played Daniel LaRusso and William played Johnny Lawrence. It turns out that the fight followed them off screen despite inspiring a decades-long stunning success, with the two resuming their roles for Netflix's Cobra Kai. So, were Ralph Macchio and William Zabka ever friends? The accident that resulted in Ralph really being knocked out during the filming of the Halloween fight, according to The Guardian, undoubtedly captured the ferocity of the hatred. Even though the two had solely praised one another in the media, their friendship didn't begin to blossom until years later, specifically in 2005, when they reconnected at Pat Morita's, aka Mr. Miyagi's, funeral. "He caught my eye," Ralph said in his memoir about the meeting. "No smirk, just a simple smile." William also discussed their bond in the run-up to Cobra Kai Season 5. "We were placed on the same canvas by a director who chose both of us out of the universe. Then the film took off and became a classic," Hot Tub Time Machine actor stated. "Ralph and I have run into each other over the years at various festivals and other events, including a memorial service for Pat Morita." Ralph later collaborated with William on a few additional projects and an appearance on How I Met Your Mother, which proved to be the step forward they needed. In fact, a running joke on the sitcom suggested what Daniel and Johnny may be up to as middle-aged men hinted at some of what lay ahead for the two. Perhaps there will be even more similarities when Cobra Kai Season 6 debuts. Here's to a great future partnership between Miyagi-Do and Eagle Fang. Lastly, Ralph Macchio sounds confident about Cobra Kai Season 6. Is it coming out soon? Netflix has not yet made a decision about the show's renewal, but Macchio remains optimistic. The Karate Kid and Cobra Kai actor Ralph Macchio recently discussed his freshly released memoir, Waxing On: The Karate Kid and Me, with Collider's own Perry Nemroff. Even though the focus of the discussion was primarily the book, we had to question Macchio about the future of the cherished Netflix series and whether or not a sixth season was in the works before we could leave. Despite the fact that nothing has been confirmed, he said he had great faith that Danny, Johnny, and the other characters' story will have a new chapter. During the interview, Nemroff asked the actor if he thought the start of production on the upcoming season, as well as whether Season 6 may be possible. Although there is no assurance, Macchio responds that the likelihood of a Part 6 is quite high. That's all for today, guys. All the story of Ralph Macchio summed up for you guys. Do consider clicking the like button and subscribing to the channel. Make sure you hit the notification bell so that you never miss out on any hot news and stay aware of the events going on in the world. So, what do you think about Ralph Macchio's role in Cobra Kai? Tell us in the comment section. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.